ashore and books go aboard. This is one of the 1,700 British merchant ships which get libraries from the Seafarers Education Service. 3 new libraries a year for every ship. The new books for the next voyage are unpacked and put on the shelves in the smoke room. You need good books when you're at sea. There's no television in the Red Sea, you know. The last library is packed in the boxes. It'll have to go ashore before the tanker puts out for the Persian Gulf. But the Seafarers Education Service does more than just supply books for ships' libraries. My name's Clive Cookson, and here I am in my cabin, working on a correspondence course. I always wanted to improve my English and be able to write short stories, and now I'm beginning to. I took the course through the College of the Sea. It all started 18 months ago. I went along to see this College of the Sea at Balham. It's quite easy to get there. You can go by tube, or by Southern Electric, or by bus, and there are plenty of buses too. It's about 5 minutes walk from the station, going south on the way to Tooting. When I got there, Dr. Hope, the director of the service, was just saying goodbye to another visitor. I'd already fixed an appointment with him. He said, let's start by having a tour of Mansbridge House. As he was talking, a railway van came in, bringing some returned ship's libraries from the docks. Every day, a couple of dozen or so of these boxes of books come back, and every day the same number go out to other ships. And that means nearly 1 million books in and out every year. The boxes are packed and unpacked down in the basement. There's a new lot going out to the van now. And Dr. Hope suggested that we should start our tour down there where everything begins. There was a lot going on in the packing room. The ship's libraries that had just come in were being unpacked and put on the shelves, and checked to make sure none of them were missing. Each book has a card, kept at Mansbridge House. If there's a card without a book, that means a book's been lost on board, and missing books are a big headache to the service. But Dr. Hope said that seafarers were pretty careful most of the time. There are the cards going back into the returned books. In another part of the basement, new libraries were being assembled. When all the books are there on the shelves, the girl who's handling that library checks to make sure that the ship concerned hasn't had one of those books before, and if they have, well, they're put back and another book substituted. At the same time, any special requests for particular books are put in. Bestsellers, new thrillers, old favourites, anything you especially want. When a new library is put together, the cards are taken out of the books and they go upstairs for the lists to be typed. I saw what happened to them later. While that's going on, the new library can be packed and got away. Here's a completed library, all ready to be packed away and sent to sea. Jeff does all the work with the trolley, wheeling them out to where Mac checks in with his list in the dispatch room and does the labels, while Jeff sees that all the 100 books, or whatever it may be, get safely into the box. It's quite a business, this packing. You've got to make use of every cubic inch of space in those boxes, but Jeff's very good at it. He's been doing it for a long time, he told me, but what he really wants is to go to sea himself. Mac types the advice note to go with the books, and any spare space is filled in with magazines. Magazines of all kinds, something to interest everybody. And there's another ship's library, all ready to go to sea. Well, we said goodbye to Mac and went through the basement on our way upstairs, and books everywhere. Pretty warm down there too. On the ground floor, all the files are kept for all the ships which use the service. And here are those cards taken out of the books which you've just seen packed. They are having the name of the ship stamped on them, and they will be kept until those books come back again in about 4 months' time. This helps them keep a check when ships change their libraries with one another abroad. To make this sort of thing work, you've got to have plenty of organisation. We went next door to the librarian's room. Just outside, there's a carving of the service's coat of arms. The motto means to extend knowledge across the sea, and then into the librarian's room. Here, some of the new books are stocked, waiting for you to ask for them. As Dr. Hope pointed out, there's every kind of book here. Books of poetry, books about the sea, thrillers, paperbacks by the thousand, more thrillers, essays, nautical textbooks, something for everybody. We met Mr. Goodchild, the librarian. That's him on the left. And Mr. Bryan, his deputy. There was a list of ships that were going to have new libraries that day. Books to go out to all of these. Well, that's the lending library part of it all. But there's much more to this service than just that. We went upstairs, and there on the stairs were a lot of pictures. These have been painted by seamen. There's an annual competition for paintings. That's by a chief engineer. There are other competitions too. Photographs, handicrafts, poetry, short stories, the lot. On the first floor of Mansbridge House, we came to the College of the Sea Rooms. This handles all those correspondence courses. This is Miss King, Dr. Hope's secretary, with part of the day's mail. There's a lot of work here from seamen all over the world who are doing a course of one kind or another. Field day for stamp collectors. The work that seamen send in is checked in the College of the Sea Room here, and then it's sent out to tutors all over the country who deal with it and return it back to the man who did it, wherever his ship may be. Someone here is being doing some sums. Perhaps he's taking his GCE or something like that. I met Mr. Ryder. He's the secretary of the service. He was dealing with one of the special scholarships which they have for youngsters on deck who want to become officers. And then there is Miss O'Connor. She deals with the request for non-fiction books. Any seaman anywhere can order from the College of the Sea a particular work of non-fiction, and they'll get it for him and send it to him personally. This is quite separate from the ship's libraries. Yes, you can have any sort of non-fiction. Find it very useful too. And there on the table there was a book, just what I wanted. That's what I'd really come about. So Dr. Hope took me to his office to tell me about the sort of correspondence course that I could take. I told him I wanted to write short stories. He said that the college could help, and they'd put me in touch with a professional writer who would help me personally. They have no set courses for this sort of thing, but he warned me that I'd have to work hard. The important thing was to keep at it and do a bit each day. And I suppose this is true whatever you want to learn. Filling up the enrollment form was easy enough anyway. And here I am. Do you know, I won a prize in that short story competition last year, and I'm very glad I went along to see them there. They do a lot for you at the College of the Sea.
Anything to do with books, hobbies, education or examinations is the business of the Seafarers Education Service.
Whatever sort of ship you serve on, if she's a British merchant ship, and you want to borrow books, or you want to carry out some sort of course, we can help you. Whether you serve on big ships, or little ships, liners, or tankers, or indeed any kind of merchant ship, write to me at 207 Balham High Road, London, Southwest 17. Mansbridge House sets out to be a true College of the Sea.